Alright, what's up everybody? We're back with more of Avadon 2 the Corruption, so let's continue on here. We just talked with Xenophon for more information. We still got the rest of the town of Trozen to explore though. But let's go back to Melantha real quick, because after we talked to her cousin, which was Xenophon, maybe we can get a quest from her now. Anything I can do for you? Melantha is amused. Really? You are an industrious spirit. I hear rumors you are heading in the direction of the Tawan. There is a woman named Aranthe. She went up there too. She owes me money. I want you to intimidate her. How much does she owe you? Enough to make it worth hiring a hand of Avadon. So a lot. She borrowed from me to send a ship of wheat, which was lost to Svargald raiders. She gambled and lost, and she fled before she had to repay. Intimidate her? You know, threaten her. Her family. Don't hurt her, of course. Then I will never get paid. Just get her to return home and find ways to settle the debt. Where is she? The pursuers I sent lost the trail at the Tawan border. You will have to ask around. Fortunately, she is a noisy, stupid woman. If you go somewhere she has been, she probably left signs of her passage. Melantha is a wealthy merchant in Trozen. A woman named Aranth is in debt to her and fled into the Tawan Empire. She wants you to find Aranth and intimidate her until she pays Melantha back. The merchant suggests that you ask around any Tawan towns you visit to see if Aranth has passed through. Okay, so we have an exit right here. The innkeeper for the Trozen Arms is behind the counter, effortlessly dealing with the sailors and merchants that come through town. When he sees you, however, he is nowhere near so enthusiastic. It's not a mystery why. His tanned, weather skin, and light hair mark him as from Svargald. This eastern island is one of the far lands, home to fearless explorers and savage pirates. He nods to you, and I'm Gamel. This is my inn. I've lived in Daram many a year, and I want no trouble. You have a problem with me? Nothing personal, Hand of Avadon. I'm just a humble Farlander. So your problem is with Avadon. He starts cleaning the bar in front of you. You won't find a lot of love for Avadon in here. Look, I just want better service, okay? Gamel looks away sheepishly. Fine. For a few minutes, he's almost attentive to you. I could use some information. Gamel leans forward, willing to help. Of course. What would you like to know? Heard anything about someone named Griffin from Kalimdariel? Gamel thinks on this. Kellam, you say? I heard something about someone from there passing through. Talk to Xanth. She's one of the local scouts. She's usually watching the paths west of town. Xenophon seemed nervous to see me. Any idea why? You're a Hand of Avadon. Isn't that enough? But then, Xenophon was quite a merchant before he took office. You can't gain that sort of wealth without being tricky from time to time. I'm heading toward the Tawan Empire. Heard anything? He gives you an evil smile. The people of Svargald are not fond of the Tawan. Those arrogant nobodies, with their big old buildings, I don't envy you. Have I heard anything? I've heard from the merchants who went up there that they are buying things. Metal, lumber, any raw materials they can find. Any idea why? Of course not. Maybe they're trying to make money, or buildings. I'm just a lowly innkeeper telling you all I know. Anything interesting happening recently? No, been very quiet. Kind of nice. I don't like the room. Of course, Han. I have a small, clean, free room. I will have it unlocked for you. Stay for free for as long as you like. I'll make sure to provide clean towels, a bottle of wine as well. The least I can do for a mighty Hand of Avadon. That's all I want to know. Then I'll return to my other customers, if you don't mind. He nods and walks off. Yeah, that was an exit out. Take a wand. Okay, that's the other exit out. Okay, what's in here? Oh, just money. We obviously can't steal his money. But a bartender just gave us some good information at least. We'll just sell these items. I'm surprised nobody is in here to talk to. But it looks like we talked to all we can in Trozen for now. Ooh, there's a scout the bartender told us to talk to. The lands of the Pact are mostly free of monsters and brigands, but not enough to remove the need for guards and scouts. This woman is patrolling the paths west of the town, watching for intruders and other threats. When she sees you, she approaches to introduce herself. You are the Hand, yes. Word of your arrival travel faster than you did. I am Xanth, scout of Trozen. What sort of intruders are you watching for? In this direction, brigands and monsters, mostly. Sometimes I take a shift on the coast, watching for pirates. See a lot of monsters? Not lately. Occasional clumps of undead heading down from the north. Nothing too troubling. There are many brigands? Yes, there have been a lot of raids of pack settlements and farms over the last few months. Not around here, not yet, but the attacks are getting closer. Pirates. The Vargold raiders. No matter how many of them we sink to the bottom of the sea, nothing can keep those mad island folk from trying their luck. Xantha politely continues to speak with you, but her eyes constantly dart to the pass and underbrush. She's eager to return to her patrol. What else do you need, Han? Tell me about Trozen. Nice little town. Glad I was sent out here. Not well defended, true, but a good militia. Where are you from? Originally, Hoklanda. I joined the Pact Army to see the Gnome Lands. Done that. Now I hope I can stay here for a while. It's sunny. I am looking for a Callum Lord who might have passed through this area. What? Really? How interesting. You are not the first Hand who has been through asking about him, but yes, I might know something. Tell me about the Hand. I don't know much. Very secretive fellow. Wouldn't even say his name. Asked if I had seen anything. At that time, I hadn't. He left. This was about a month ago. Haven't seen him since. What did you see? It was late at night. 4 people passed by. Humans, cloaks and hoods, very mysterious. I followed, of course. I won't pass up on that sort of fun. Learn anything? I got close enough to pick up a bit of their speech. They were speaking Kellum, though I couldn't tell what they were saying. They camped just outside of town. I left them there, planning to check them in the morning. When I returned, they were gone. Where is this camp? She points to the northwest, and a grove just near here. Not far. You will find a abandoned campsite, the furthest one. Not really anything there, but I suppose it can't hurt to look. Many apologies, but I need to return to my patrol. She bows and takes her leave. Okay, well, now we're currently facing more rats in the meantime. Fortunately, they should not be too hard to kill at all. Okay, so I'm guessing this is the path to the camp. Do that and that. We are getting closer to leveling up all of them to the max, pretty much. This must be the camp Xanth described. It's small and remote, just the sort of thing just the sort of place a fugitive might hide on the way to the far lands. It looks like it was abandoned quickly. There are still 3 canvas tents here, dirty and covered with fallen leaves. You search the camp carefully, looking for any sign that Griffin was here. You are disappointed. You suspect that the camp was last used about a month ago, but you find no papers or other clues of the Lord's presence. Then, when you turn to leave, you find that you are no longer alone in the grove. 3 shadow walkers slipped out of the brush behind you. Their blades are drawn. If you're smart, you'll put your blade away right now. The shadow walkers look at each other, concerned. It's not because of your threat. One of them whispers, "The hand? We weren't paid for this." Odd, his voice doesn't sound Hochlandan. Before you have time to ponder this mystery, another one of the 3 whispers, "Shut up. Do the job." Then 3 shadow walkers advance on you. The last of the three Shadow Walkers falls to the ground, mortally wounded. You pull off his hood and find that he was not from Hoklanda. The man is clearly from Kalendario. Hoklanda and Kalendario have been fighting for some time now. The man looks up at you. Don't matter. The true hero is free. He weakly spits at your boot. Yoshira kneels by the man and pokes a finger into his wound. He winces in pain. You dishonor my kind. You craven. You'll tell us what you need to know. Yoshira, do what you need to. Yoshira grabs his wrist and gives it a little twist. It's a tiny motion, but it causes great pain. Shadow Walker training. The man gasps. Leave me. Leave me be. Griffin is north. Safe from you. Yoshira tries to learn more, but the man has passed out. He dies soon after. She stands up and wipes off her hand. They dishonor my craft. They got what they deserved. Let's go. She walks off. Envoy Jamie will be very interested to hear what you have learned. Okay, so I'm glad I brought Yoshiri along for this one. Alright, so with that done, let's go ahead and head back to the pylon Avadon and talk to Envoy Jamie. I looked for Griffin and Trozen. Someone tried to kill me. Excellent. Excellent. You stumbled into a trap left by him. This means you are on the right track. I will make sure gray raptors are sent to hunt in that region. He gives you a golden pendant and a large pouch of gold coins. I must send word to my superiors. Give me some time to see if I can use your help. Okay, well, I don't really need a boost to endurance, honestly. We can definitely sell that. Okay, we don't really need anything else in this section, it looks like. Fort Foresight. On the other side of the river to the north, you can see Fort Foresight. It is one of Avadon's few outposts outside the Black Fortress. Avadon's budget and manpower don't allow it to maintain many forts outside of its headquarters, and those rare outposts are always used to watch sensitive areas. For example, Fort Foresight is on the border with the Tawan Empire. The fort is neither large nor particularly impressive. The walls are rough logs, and even from here, you can tell that it is understaffed. Still, it is here that you can learn where to go to search for Delesse. The road up to Fort Foresight is lined with poorly tended crops. They had enough workers to plant them, but not enough to really make them produce. The scarecrows have been coated with a thick, contemptuous layer of guano, or perhaps they stayed away because of the wretches. They think they're being sly up there, hiding in the crops and the undergrowth, but no servant of Avadon could possibly miss them out there. Odd, seems like a lot of them. Oh, snap. Okay, so interesting so far. On our journey here, we so far are getting ambushed by wretches. Get out of here with that. All right, let's do this and this. You hear a disturbance to the northeast. It sounds like someone chopping at underbrush with machetes. Though you are close to Fort Foresight, no guards have yet emerged and they wouldn't be able to hear your shouts from here. Oh, well, that sucks. The wretches in this area all belong to the same clan. A clan you have just violently denied its chieftain. You search the wretch chief, trying to figure out what caused him to seek his death at your hands. In the leather pouch, you find a grimy scroll. There is no writing on it. Wretches are not usually literate. Instead, there is a crude drawing of a warrior. It's very rough and obscured by grime, but you can instantly tell who it was meant to depict. It is you. Oh, snap. Somebody clearly hired these wretches, it looks like. Now let's just get this one and get that one. Spotted silk tunic. I don't know if that's will be better than what we already have for her. Yeah, well, let's go and put it on her. And even more wretches. Oh, snap. Oh, man, I forgot to just... I should have destroyed those turrets first. Because, of course, it would bring me back here. Ah, I hate that they're from far away now. I can't even see the action because it locks in on the turrets back here. Come on. Okay, thankfully I can do that. Ah. Finally, good lord. Out of the deep woods. Yeah, I prefer to use staffs on my spellcaster characters. Or staves. I keep saying staffs. Like staffs is plural when it's not. Okay, well that was quite the introduction to Foresight right there. I mean, we didn't even make it to the fort yet, and we were already getting constantly attacked. But first, before we actually enter the fort, let's go ahead and still explore the outside of their outside area. Yeah, screw your mobile effect. Get out of here with that. Ah. Oh yeah, I forgot she has that. What the heck was that? You get terrified that easily? Oh, maybe it's because it's an ice shaman. Get terrified so easy. But get out of here with that, fool. Die already. Get out of here with that. Oh, whatever. Alright, get some coins. Oh, not that. I meant to. Feel like the other ones have a little bit more value, but yeah, we'll just sell that one. I'll deal with the other runestones. Okay, that's a dungeon here. You know what? Let's go ahead and do it. You climbed to the bottom of a sinkhole and found a tunnel at the bottom. Then you found your way to the end of the tunnel. The sinkhole is natural, but you find signs that this end of the tunnel has been expanded with picks and shovels, perhaps by wretches. You can't be sure. Then the tunnel ends. Someone caved it in. Scorch marks on the walls provide evidence of the fiery blast that brought the ceiling down. Interesting. And of course, we're getting attacked by spiders on the way out. Wow. So yeah, that was interesting. We got attacked by a bunch of spiders on the way in there. When you step inside Foresight, you are immediately subjected to interception and questioning by the few guards on duty. They need to make sure that you are a proper hand and not just some curious traveler. Once they are sure you are from Avadon, you are told that their commander, Ietsu, is waiting for you in the Southwest Hall. Then they let you by, allowing you to tour Foresight and all of its understaffed, under-equipped glory. Kalia looks around at the crude wooden buildings. It's strange. These days, I enjoy being in new places, no matter how dirty or rough they are. Why? Fewer memories, fewer things to distract me. I am attracted to newness. Nothing hurt me here. She grows very quiet. Yoshiria inspects the catapults in the middle of the fort. She is not pleased. These things are ancient. The wheels are unsteady. The ropes are rotting, and look, she actually rips a chunk of rotten wood out of a support. I know I have said that Avadon consumes too many resources. That doesn't mean it is alright for Hanvar's council to insult us. The commander of the Sumble Fort is standing at the head of the table, surrounded by the piles of maps and messages that come with the post. There is a refreshing lack of bottles of alcohol surrounding her. She waves you forward. Yes. Welcome. You are... She checks a message. And Malik. Yes. Courier brought this letter today. I am Ietsu, and Redbeard has honored me with command here. I can give you your next set of directions. Please also take the chance for a good meal and a hot bath. I ran into some wretches on the way here. Ietsu nods. Yes, we have been seeing a lot of those pests nearby. Enough that it is suspicious. We're watching the problem closely. I found this scroll on their chief. Ietsu looks at it, then it again. This is you. The creature was hunting you? Very odd. I thought they were simple pests. I will inform the Black Fortress of this. I think Heart Protus will be very interested. Not just Protus, Redbeard must learn of this immediately. Ietsu gives you a firm nod. She turns the scroll over, grabs a pen, and writes some hasty notes about its origins on the other side. It will be done. Tell me about this fort. It is new, as you can tell. Construction began about 2 weeks after the assault on Avadon 3 years ago. We have one simple task. Are there many forts like this? Only a few. I can't tell you where. Avadon keeps the locations of its outposts as secret as possible, especially in the last few years when our unknown enemies began to hunt hands for sport. Are you properly equipped? No. Since Avadon was sacked, Hanvar's council looks for any excuse to cut our budget and sap our power. That is why Councillor Falana is in the fort now. Our enemies watch us carefully, looking for any excuse to drain us further. What is the purpose of this fort? We watch the Tawan Empire. Since we learned of Delesse, we have been observing that particular far land very closely. And not only because Delesse is from there, what has been happening in the Tawan? Many suspicious things. More of their soldiers on their roads, purchasing more raw materials. Mayors and lords avoiding us, or lying when we track them down. Many little things, all suspicious. I could use some quarters while I am here. Of course, I will have some appropriate chambers unlocked for you in the Hands Hall. Ayatsu looks up at you from her chair. Do you need anything else? I'm sure Redbeard will want you to continue the hunt for Delesse. How did you come to be here? I was available. I suspect that I was simply the first eye Redbeard saw after he decided to build Fort Foresight. I have been here since this was just a grassy field. It has been a great effort. Why did he need an eye? The primary purpose of Fort Foresight is observation. We watch the Tawan, figure out what they are doing and where Delesse is. This is the province of the eyes. Should a war start and more direct action be required, I will be replaced with a hand. It's been a big job. Building an outpost and spy network from nothing inside of 3 years with inadequate staffing and materials? Yes, it's been a bit of a slog. Hart Callan asked me to speak with Councillor Falana. Any advice? She shakes her head. I wouldn't bother. She is a confirmed foe of the Black Fortress. But then, Hart did ask, she sighs, do what she wants. Try not to anger her. Perhaps we can find a way to bring her to our side. I'm not optimistic. What can you tell me about my mission? Well, as he learned in the corruption, Delesse, if he exists, is hiding in the temples of the Tawan. This is good information, but very delicate. The Tawan are very sensitive about their temples, and the temples are very dangerous. I am sending you to the town of Sertica. She marks the location on your map. It is an odd place, but I have been able to enlist one spy there, a young artist by the name of Valens. Go there and he will tell you what temple to go to. Be careful, though. Do nothing to draw attention to him. Tell me about Sertica. We actually know very little about it. It is very small but very wealthy, and very, very tight-knit. Getting a spy there was very difficult. You will find few friends there. Why are you sending me to Sertica? You are not the only spies I am sending into the Tawan, of course. I am sending you into Sertica in particular because... She looks at her maps and thinks about it for a long moment. I think it is a suspicious place. It is just a hunch, but it is so wealthy and so hard to infiltrate, and there seems to be a lot of troop movement around there. It has gone unexamined for too long. Tell me more about Valens. A young, promising artist, but he has debts and a problem with wine. He was easy to recruit. However, you need to be very careful when talking to people. Say nothing that makes them think that Valens is of particular interest to you. Tell me about Tawan temples. She laughs. Oh, it is an odd field of study. We know so little about them, but she consults some of her notes. The Tawan worship their ancestors. In particular, they worship their sovereigns, their ultimate leaders, as gods. Every sovereign of note has a massive temple built in his or her honor, and that leads to the odd thing. Who is the current leader of the Tawan? Sovereign Vardius is the name. He is deep into his dotage, too busy drooling into his cup to act against the pact. Whoever Delesse is, we believe he keeps a distance from the official Tawan government. What is the odd thing? We believe that it is strange. It seems that the worship of the Tawan brings their sovereigns back to a sort of life, as a ghost or a presence or, I don't know. Bear this in mind when investigating. There may be powerful, unpredictable magic at work. Why do you know so little about them? The Tawan are very protective of their temples and their bizarre gods. Investigating them was not thought worth the strife it caused. This makes the temples the perfect place for Delesse to hide. This is also why we can't leave them alone anymore. Anything else I can do for you while I'm here? Ayatsu thinks about this. I don't want to distract you because what you are doing is very important, and yet I have very few hands in my service. A sinkhole recently opened up to the northwest. We have seen movement around it. Could you go and peek your head into it? Look around inside. Just make sure it's not going to be a problem for us. What sort of movements? Look like wretches. Those things get everywhere. I'd rather they not be clustering outside my fort if possible. So just look around inside? Exactly. Make sure there is nothing nasty in there waiting to eat my scalp. Well, as a matter of fact, we just, we're there. I explored the tunnel you sent me to. You say what you found. Ayatsu is not concerned. A tunnel? With a few pests? Sounds like wretches. Nothing we can't handle, and they won't be able to pass the river. That is a relief. Here is something for your trouble. She presents you with the scarab. I want to give you all I can for your main mission. Anything else I can do for you while I'm here? Ayatsu shakes her head. At this moment, no. The mission Redbeard gave you is more important. I will be going now. Ayatsu nods. Good hunting, Malik. It's a tough road ahead of you. I wish you safe travels. Okay, so we cleared out that quest quick. Alright, what ooh, I see Lance. That might be good. No Avadon outpost would be complete without a Hall of Records. Avadon gathers huge amounts of information, and keeping it all straight and accessible is the main job of the eyes. However, this eye is unusually agitated. She is shifting around piles of paper far more than you would expect for a fort this young. When you enter, she looks annoyed. I, Jaslyn. I hope you don't need any information. I don't have time to find it. I'm collecting, not distributing. You said that you collect information. That is my task. In particular, you are encouraged to collect any secret information about the Pact or any magical secrets that would unduly aid the Farlands. If you find any Pact records or arcane notes, bring them to me. I will pay you, and you will keep weapons out of the hands of the enemy. What is your task here? Information, collection, processing, distribution. It is the work of the eyes, and we are observing much from our observations of the Talwan Empire. Why are you so busy? Because of Counselor Falana. She's staying with us, making us all miserable. What is she doing? She's on Hanvar's council. She hates Avadon, and she thinks we spend too much money. Thus, I have to provide manifests, ledgers, accounts of what information we have gathered. It's a great way to spend my time. It's not like the Pact has any real problems to face. Jocelyn is record keeper of Foresight. This is a far bigger job than she expected, but she still has time to look for papers that should be kept out of the hands of the Farlanders. If you find any intriguing arcane notes or records of sensitive Pact affairs, you can bring them to her. Of course, you might be able to find a Farlander who is willing to pay more. I'll give them to her. Jaslyn is still a tornado of activity, putting piles of records off of the shelves and sorting through them. I found some Pact records for you. Jaslyn takes the records and inspects them. Yes, these look like they should be kept out of the hands of the Farlanders. Well done. She pays you 50 coins per page. I found some arcane notes for you. Jaslyn takes the scrolls and inspects them. What a mess. I can't read any of them. Still seems esoteric. I think they should be kept out of the hands of the Farlanders. Well done. She pays you 30 coins per page. Have I earned more reward than just coins? Jaslyn nods. That seems fair. She produces the rod from her desk and gives it to you. I brought a lot of records to you. Have I earned more rewards than just coins? Jocelyn nods. That seems more than fair. The Black Fortress provides me with items to reward our more industrious servants. She produces a bracelet from a pouch and gives it to you. I'll be going now. She gives you a brusque nod and goes back to sorting records. Ooh, that was a nice chunk of XP. Throughput bracelet, we'll give it to her. And a wand, yeah, we can use that for extra offense. thought I opened that. What the heck? Oaklanda. Oaklanda, one of the 5 nations of the Pact, is the land of the folk. Centuries of warfare left Oaklanda with an understandably paranoid outlook. To them, there are the folk. Good, loyal Oaklandans who can be trusted and valued, and the outsiders, who are to be regarded with mistrust at best. Outsiders are, of course, anyone who is not of the folk. Oaklandan society is highly stratified. Every member of the folk undergoes a rigorous period of testing, mental and physical. The results of this trial determine that citizen's unalterable life path. The talented child of a peasant farmer might become a lord, but he will stay a lord for life. Families in Oaklanda are tightly knit clans, and ties of blood demand unquestionable support in any conflict. But at the same time, members of the same army, wing of the bureaucracy, or other social unit are also supposed to stand together against outsiders. These two obligations can frequently come into conflict. To manage divided loyalties, Oaklandans have a dizzying web of customs, etiquette, and rules of warfare. The countless laws that govern Oaklandan life, many unwritten, some even unspoken, are frequently impenetrable to outsiders, and sometimes to the folk as well. Oaklanda's membership in the Pact is not without difficulties. For the last 2 years, it has flirted with undeclared war with its eastern neighbor, Calendario. The cause, their centuries-long unresolved conflict over the Baraza Woods region. Okay, so we talked to Ayetsu, got a quick quest done, and now we will move on here, and I will explore the rest of the Foresight, among other things, in the next part, so I'll see you all until then.